Hello, I'm assuming you clicked on this video because you want to start a small sticker business or some sort of small business and don't have that big of a budget to start, which is why I have some tips and tricks to use when you're starting out your business, have a smaller budget. And my credentials is I own a small sticker business called Lavender Sugar Stickers, and I've been running it for the past 5 years. And these are tips I wish I knew when I was starting my journey before going into high school and starting this small business. But I'm excited to go over some of these tips and tricks with y'all. But before we start, a little introduction. Hi, my name is Sabella. I am an entrepreneurship student. I'm going into my third year of my degree here pretty soon, which is super exciting. As well, as I said, I'm the owner of a small sticker business called Lavender Sugar Stickers. And yes, you probably have not heard of it because I am really lacking on the social media marketing side of things. That's all on me. I'm just having put much time and effort, but I just love stickers, love small businesses, and just starting. And I wanted to start this YouTube channel because I want to help teach teens or just like young adults how to just get started on their entrepreneurial journey and some little tips and tricks, because I've always wanted to kind of like teach entrepreneurship, but I'm still like in the learning stages. But everyone's always still in the learning stages of owning a business. But I also started this channel just to do fun, creative, small business stuff. I'll have some really fun and silly videos coming out whenever, but I have some ideas that I'm so excited to share. Before we dive deep, I'm actually gonna list all the points right now for those people who do not want to sit and watch the full video and can just understand what I'm saying from saying these 4 little tips and can just go off and start. This is for you. I'm gonna have the shortened version. That way you don't have to stay for the whole extended video, but I recommend you do because I'm gonna go more in depth and more thorough towards these tips. But my first tip is to ship within your country. My second tip is going to be manufacture your own products. You're gonna be the one manufacturing and making those stickers. You're not gonna use a third party that's gonna manufacture it and then ship it to your house. Tip number 3 is to use Square/Weebly. I think that's what it's called. And my 4th tip is to use social media marketing. So for those who understood all of that, you can go do what you like. But for those who want the in-depth kind of tips here, we're just gonna get started on tip number 1. Tip number 1, which is to ship within your own country. I live in Canada. Even shipping internally in my own country is expensive. But here's some stuff that I've learned along the way from me and some other fellow small businesses is, those like letter envelopes? I'll insert a photo. Using those with stamps, cheapest way to ship stuff to people. I'm telling you, you don't have to charge $20 to ship to your customer, but also shipping within your own country, you can get away with using those stamps because stickers, they're quite flat. But I found out if you're usually shipping internationally, at least when I ship outside of Canada, it's considered a package. So then the shipping goes from 2 stamps to $7. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna start internally for now and then kind of expand elsewhere. But start small, start within your own country, get things going before you can really open it up internationally to your customers. It's so much cheaper, as well as just it's low cost, more affordable, and then your customers don't have to pay that much for shipping as well. I know for me, it's so frustrating when I have to pay $20 extra on top of my order for clothes or something else or from other businesses, but it's totally understandable because they're following shipping procedures and all this. But it just makes it a little bit more cost effective, more affordable for people, and just put a little message being please do not bend on the envelope and you should be good. That's what I've been using to be able to ship more packages more affordably. I charge I think $2. That way it covers postage and envelopes, and that way if it needs more than 1 stamp within Canada and stuff, at least it's covered within that shipping cost. But yeah, that is my first tip. Just start internally. Tip number 2 is to manufacture your own products. It is so much quicker and cheaper, even though it's so much more work, but I find it's better in the long run, especially when you're just starting out. Until you're getting hundreds and hundreds of sticker orders, maybe that's time to ship to a manufacturer. But when you're starting out small, you can control the quality, the time, and really experiment with different types of stickers or sticker sheets or little different things. like that. I know when Arcane season 2 was coming out, because I manufacture my stickers from home, I was able to like hop on the trend right away, as just like be able to give people cool stuff they were interested in, and pretty quickly too during that whole hype. It's really nice you're able to jump on trends, as well as just be able to make products faster, because when you work with a manufacturer, you have to wait for that shipping time for it to come. Usually I find they're pretty good from what I've heard for shipping time, but still like the process of ordering, all that stuff too, just like processing time, it can take up time, especially if you have to do like a last minute order. Then it's good that you're able to make it from home, because it'll be so much faster and quicker. Like I know I use all my materials from Amazon, so 2-day shipping, my sticker paper, my laminate, it is here. I find if you are manufacturing it from home though, the only thing when you're starting small business, the only expensive thing you need to invest in is a good quality printer. Get a good quality printer before you get a fancy cutting machine like a Cricut or Julius Caesar. But actually, don't get a Cricut. I'm going to do a whole video on why, if you're making stickers from home, why you should not use a Cricut machine. Invest in a good printer. Wait till you make some more money to get those cutters, so you can really invest in a good quality, long-lasting cutter. As well as like, it's so fun getting to be in the whole process of sticker making. It gives you also like a better like attention to detail. So when I was hand cutting all my stickers at the time, I was able to notice if there's like specks of dust or anything a little bit more closer. And it also like gave me better scissor skills. Like I can cut paper or like sticker paper so nice and smoothly now. It's like I'm fine-tuned to just cut stuff, which is really fun, especially when now you do like arts and crafts where people ask you to cut stuff out. It's like boom, bam, the cleanest cutting skills you've ever had there. It's perfect. But I find it's just, you can make product while it's in demand. I'm looking at my computer to see my notes right now. Yeah, I think I covered most thing. And also printers, you can find good quality ones that aren't that expensive. I bought a bit more of an expensive printer because I just had bad experiences with printers, so I just wanted a good quality one. And personally, the printer that I use that actually is lasting me so long. Okay, I've had this printer for almost 3 years, and I literally just changed the ink, and I've printed probably hundreds and hundreds of pages of stickers, like hundreds of stickers. I'm telling you, so many stickers, and I literally just refilled the ink 2 or almost 3 years after I bought this printer. And it is the Canon PIXMA G3 2060 inkjet printer. I really like it. I'll put a photo up there. That's what I highly recommend if you are trying to get a printer. Anyways, let's go on to point number 3. Okay, point number 3, or tip number 3, is to use Square/Weebly when making your website. This is going to be your cheapest, most affordable e-commerce site that you can use till you want to expand and maybe try something else. I find most like e-commerce sites that you can like create and sell stuff are, you have to use a subscription just to even sell your product. But the nice thing about Square is they only take a transaction fee. You can make a website, your stuff will be limited, like design-wise, you will be limited to what you can do, but that makes sense because they want you to use a subscription, which I don't recommend using the subscription. If you're starting off, I find it's expensive, and I feel like there might be better subscription services to use than Square, but with the free stuff, it's so good. They only take a transaction fee. That's literally all they take. It's just limited design stuff, limited design ability, and a really cheap, super small percentage of the transaction fee. And it is so nice to have that freedom of not having to pay like $35 to $15 Canadian, or sometimes they even charge it in American, and it can be so much per month, especially if you're not like if you're starting off and you're not making sales. At least with Square, at least you have just that small transaction fee, and you don't have to worry about paying monthly fees, and you can just go and just start your business. I love it so much. It's pretty easy to use. I find it's so much easier to use than some other sites that I've used for like school projects and stuff. But Square, like, you can also connect your like Square account to your phone, like to your computer. You can use tap machines to it. They're really popular. If you go to like anime conventions, you'll see like cute little white little Square thing. It's from that same brand, and they're like $40.
Correction, I actually paid $60 for my Square machine, and I just looked at the Amazon listing now, And now they're actually $70, so I'm sorry about that, but it is worth the investment if you are looking to do booths and stuff like that.
And you can also like insert a card too, which is really nice. But there's just a lot of features, and it's really good because you can like connect so many different devices. It's very accessible to use. Square is really good for when you're just starting your business. But if you do want to expand more, I do think there's some other websites you can use. I haven't looked into a lot, but I know Etsy is a really popular one. I find Etsy is really good for marketing. Square, not good. I don't recommend it for marketing. I find that something it lacks is you have to do a lot of your own marketing for that. But for Etsy, I find it's amazing for marketing because it pushes your product out there, especially with like the key search words and like hashtags you can use. Etsy is really good for that. That's one con I find for Square is just having to do all the marketing yourself, while as Etsy, even though there's a lot more fees and like a lot more little stuff there, at least they have really good marketing and you just have to kind of like up your cost. I've definitely wanted to try Etsy before, and I've heard some good things from some friends and some other small businesses. It's more just kind of you have to kind of up your cost because there's a lot more Etsy fees, if that kind of makes sense. We can also do like a video where I try out Etsy and see how that goes for like a week or a month. That would be kind of fun to experiment with. But definitely say Square is really good for when you're just starting off, and if you want to make a more thorough, really like cool and creative website, there's definitely other websites you can go use, but you will have to pay a bit more. But I find when you don't want to pay for that subscription and you just want to pay that transaction fee, Square is literally perfect. It's so good that you can use it for outdoor vendoring events too, because you have the accessibility with the Square machine to just like connect stuff with your Bluetooth and all that, and just payment transaction wise are really easy as well. You can send invoices. I've done some sticker orders for my school and I've been able to send like payment invoices, which has been really awesome because then they can also like it's kind of more official, like it's a more official looking thing there too. I don't know if they can write it off on their taxes, I can't remember, but at least it's a more official document that they can get instead of just having to use e-transfer. But yeah, now we can move on to our fourth and final point for starting a small business and you don't have that big of a budget, and marketing. Social media marketing. This is also where I lack too, because sometimes I am lazy and I should be more productive and do social media marketing because one, it is free, completely free. And if you're following trends and different stuff there, your videos and your business can blow up. You've seen, like, if you're on social media, you've seen a bunch of small businesses that have really blown up over the past couple of years and how it really impacts businesses in amazing ways. So definitely use social media marketing to help boost your products. Take those nice clean photos. We can also do a video on how to take some product photos. I've started learning how to take much better sticker photos. Let me just say my old ones were really bad. Let me insert my old ones and let me insert my new product photos. So much better. Oh my goodness, the glow up. Anyway, just take those nice product pictures, take those videos, constantly be posting, constantly be doing trends, different things. It's free, helps you get your business out there, helps get the word out, and just helps get people interested. Okay, that is all my tips for how to start a small business on more of a condensed budget there. And the nice thing is you don't have to stick with these tips forever. Your business is going to grow and change, and you can just use this as a starting point and just expand and grow from there. You can switch to like different services afterwards or do completely different things, but these tips are just really good to help you just get started, get your feet off the ground, and definitely shift and move. Like when your business gets more like big and popular there, definitely use some other sources because you'll have the money and funds to be able to do more things, like invest in a better cutter, maybe invest in a website subscription like Shopify or something like that. Or you can even like pay for ads, different things like that. But I find this is a really good starting ground. And if you have any like questions, please let me know in the comments. I would love to go over some more topics of different tips on how to help small businesses, as well as keep your eyes out for my Cricut versus Juliet Caesar video. Thank you for watching my first video. Yay, I haven't done YouTube stuff in so long. I'm gonna confess, I tried to be an LPS tuber back when I was like 10 or 12, so definitely been a couple years since I've tried to do YouTube videos, but please let me know if you have any questions or comments or concerns in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer or help make any videos on how to explain stuff. Could even be like the process of how to start a Square website, anything, just let me know. I want to use this platform to be able to help people. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.